And welcome back to another Stacker News Live. How you doing, Keyan?
I'm great, Mr. Radio Voice Car.
Every morning this week, I've been messing with Keyan and literally doing the hey.
It's like your version of my radio voice. It's like your impersonation of my impersonation of you with doing a radio voice.
Yeah, it's very just real quick, I want to bring up some boosts. We've been getting some boosts on Fountain. You can see that, probably not, but thank you, all the stackers that are listening.
How many sats did we get?
18,000.
Wow.
Yeah,
that's great.
That's amazing. And Oscar said he would love to see Christian Decker from Blockstream on the AMA.
Ooh, we should do an AMA with them. Apparently people love the people from Blockstream based. We'll get into Nifty Nay's AMA, but yeah.
Yeah, we had some really good stuff. This one person said, "What you guys are doing and building gives me strength and hope that we're going to find a peace or find a way to allocate value towards a more peaceful world. Thanks, and to the extent I can fire some inspiration and strength back at you, so may it be. God bless your journey."
Who's that? Did he say who it was?
He says at Y. That was on episode 5.
Okay, cool. Yeah, why is a user on Stacker News?
Is this sound off on your Mac or no? Did you turn it off?
Yeah, let's confirm that.
So we get no echo.
Yeah, I'm muted.
Cool. I'm muted on my side too. All right.
Cool.
I think we're ready.
We're ready to go. We're going to get into this. So if this is anyone's first time tuning in, we cover the top 5 posts of the week on Stacker News. And then we'll also share one story of the week that we both personally like. You remember to do that, right, Car? You have yours?
Yeah, I have mine.
Okay, cool. Mine is more, I came up with one too. And then we'll go over like the people who stack the most sats and the people who spent the most sats, trying to make people more aware of that happening. And that'll do it. That'll round it up. So let's get started. So this week's top story was from your boy Nout, also my boy. Maybe man. I don't know how offensive saying boy is, but
he's one of my favorite stackers.
Yeah, he's awesome. He's a cool guy. He wrote original content for Stacker News, titled "Brave for Bitcoiners." It basically covers how to turn Brave, which is a shitcoin browser, but it is a privacy-focused shitcoin browser, and how to turn it into a Bitcoin browser. And that stacked 1,484 sats. Yeah, but he kind of goes through it all. Like, I don't even think I have some of this done on my browser, and it was really cool to. It's like, oh, I can hide the little Brave currency logo. I can do other things like that, but he kind of just takes you through all the settings that you'd set up to kind of remove the shitcoinery,
right?
And then recommends a number of kind of things that you can do, like adding Albi Wallet, which is a great Lightning browser extension that is very actively developed. Adding push to Kindle, dark mode for the dark mode maximalist out
push
there.
Push to Kindle? Oh, boss.
Have you not used that?
No. How did I not?
It's great because you can it turns a web page into like something you can read on a Kindle.
Boss.
It's really useful. I used to use it all the time. I hate being on my Kindle though. I prefer like a physical book. There's something about a physical book that just, I don't know. Maybe I'm like nostalgic. Anyway, a number of other settings, like a dark reader for dark mode maximalists, like Ben the Carmen. I know a lot of Stacker News users are like super dark mode maximalists. It makes sense. Like if you're spending all your day on a computer, your eyes do get kind of sensitive to light.
It looks really cool. I like how he did this whole write up. Thank you. Now, like, it's awesome.
Yeah, it's a great post. It's very succinct and to the point. And
I'm gonna do it. I mean, I haven't really used Brave, just because it's a shitcoin project. But I mean, a lot of us inside Pleb Lab use Brave because it has Tor and all that stuff. So
yeah, the Tor support is great. If like I ever need to get at my Umbrel at home, I can just do it in Tor. So
it's pretty amazing
in the browser.
I'll probably check it out. But thank you, Nate, for doing it. It's amazing.
Yeah, it was a really good post, and I really enjoyed reading it. A lot of users obviously appreciate it too. It is the top post.
Hey, there's
of
Dakota.
The week. Yeah, there's Dakota who gave us a boost.
Send us a boost this week. Thank you, Dakota.
Yeah, she actually. I assume she's a woman. I don't actually know. I assume so because maybe I guess men can be named Dakota too.
I've known a Dakota.
My bad. That might be my mistake. They wrote that they're looking forward to Impervious, and we're all kind of
Right.
waiting for that.
I'm so waiting for it, dude. Like, one of our good friends helped along the way with it, but yeah, I can't wait for it. I'm looking forward to it.
Tony, our good friend Tony. I think. I don't know.
Was it me, Tony?
Yeah, cool. I mean, I love seeing original content on Stacker News. I got like a message from a user. I was chatting with a dude who's founding a Bitcoin company.
Oh,
and he's
boss.
like, "Hey, I've noticed that the original content on Stacker News is like some of the most enjoyed content. Do you have any thoughts around improving that?" And I'm like, no, but thank you for the suggestion, because I probably should. I don't know what I need to do to make it better, but it would be good to like make it better.
I think the fact that you're one of those people, Keyan, that always just listens to people, you're a great listener. And then you also, like, whenever somebody comes up to you super excited about your project, you're like, cool. I'll make a
GitHub issue.
Yeah, you'll make an issue for it. Like, you always do that, regardless whether you agree or you don't. Which man, that's awesome that you do that.
Oh man,
Most founders won't do that.
Well, because they're not going to be successful if they're not listening to their users.
Mm-hmm.
Feedback is a gift. Even negative feedback. I love negative feedback. I love when people complain. It's all data you can use to improve. Even personally, if someone's like, "Hey, you're like kind of a dick when you talk about this thing," or whatever,
yeah,
I like it.
No,
I'm a fan.
It's good stuff, dude.
So our second top story of the week is a nifty nay. Lisa from Blockstream did an AMA. It was our top earning AMA ever.
Really? I thought it was, but I wanted to confirm today. It was even higher than Odell's and Gigi's?
Higher than Odell's, higher than Gigi's. I mean, Nifty has, I think.
You know what it is? It's because Nifty Nay has fans, legions of fans, right? That's what it is.
Yeah, she's like, I guess it's like she has like a cult following.
People
who are Nifty Nay fans are like, 1,000,000% Nifty Nay.
Have you ever listened to her podcast?
The one she does with
I don't know the guy's name.
The Rainbow.
But it's a Scorpio season. I think it's called Scorpio season. It's literally one of the best podcasts I've ever listened to. Yeah. You should definitely check it out.
I haven't listened to it. I've listened to her podcast with you, which I thought was great.
Oh, yeah.
And I think I just like she's very willing to throw out a contrarian take, because I feel, and she says it in the comments here. She's like she doesn't think about being agreeable ever. So like an agreeableness is like a dimension of personality, and some people are quite agreeable, but I think she understands that she kind of isn't, and I love that about her. And I think it's really cool. Anyway, so
any comments in there that you thought were pretty, or any highlighted questions that you thought were?
Well, she got the top comment. The top comment I think the second top comment of the week was her responding to Jeremy Rubin here. Jeremy Rubin asked her if we could get all the Ellen companies and devs to stop working on what they're working on and work on something else, what would she want it to be? And she said L2. So it's like this upgrade to this. It would require the soft fork to Bitcoin that would make the Lightning update mechanism that happens every time you make a payment in a channel. It would make it more efficient to store it, and the structure around that would be different, because currently right now how you enforce a channel balance is if your counterparty or the other person who has a channel with you, they publish like an old state that says they have more Bitcoin than they should, you can take all of their funds away.
Yeah.
From them. So this channel revocation, it's called LN penalty is what this update mechanism is called. And L2 basically changes this so that you can if your counterparty broadcasts an old state, you can simply say, hey, no, this is the current state. And so it doesn't require a penalty, and it's kind of a nice, clean mechanism. And then additionally, there's a bunch of savings advantages on your node. Like you don't have to store as much data for all the, like currently every update in your channel that you have to store that transaction, so that if someone comes along and tries to like cheat you can penalize them. But this update mechanism would be much better in a number of ways. So this requires the It's called any prev out is the soft fork that this would require to Bitcoin. But that was
And what did Jeremy say
a
about
great question. He kind of he's I don't think he's as big of a fan of L2 and any prev out. So he's like, hey, but like there are these alternative proposals for like state compaction. And how do you think about that relative to L2? And then Nifty Nate came back, and she came back, kind of spicy, as you say, Car. I feel like you're using this as an opportunity to propose your own solutions rather than asking my insight about something I actually have good context for.
I love that. I love that. She's just keeping it real, man. I mean, you kind of have to be that way. I mean, if you want to fight for your ideas, you kind of have to be that way.
Yeah, so there's some mild bickering, and it's
that's Bitcoin.
It's Bitcoin. People being strong-willed.
Straightforward, just straightforward. I mean, we're all friends.
Yeah, I guess we can look at the top comments here and see if there's anything else that really.
That's pretty cool. Yeah, she's gonna be here for the Sats by Hackathon on Saturday.
Yeah,
she's gonna be doing I think a teaching or education portion of it.
Yeah, she does base 58. She's pretty she really likes education, and it seems we had some conversations about that, but like I love the focus of base 58 on transactions because as a developer, that's like mostly the way you're interfacing with Bitcoin is transactions. So if you can get really good at those, you can use Bitcoin in a lot of really powerful ways. And so I love that they're focused on that. We had a bit of a back and forth. I think we also need something like that for Lightning. And so because I get so many questions about like how to do stuff on Lightning, and I think it'd be great if base 58 could fill that void, and I could just tell people, oh, go to base 58. They have all the courses that you would need to become like someone who can build things on top of Lightning.
That makes sense.
Yeah. There are a few other ones that I really liked in here. She a few months ago she had broadcast this thing on the dev mailing list that was talking about getting rid of the mempool in Bitcoin, and Buck actually addressed it in the last Bit Devs here in Austin.
Okay.
But he thought she was joking, and it turns out she actually wasn't joking about getting rid of the mempool. She thinks it should move from every Bitcoin node maintaining a mempool to Stratum v2, which is a very spicy take. So spicy that Buck thought it was a joke. But she reveals in here that's what she thinks should actually happen, is that people who are using the mining this next generation mining protocol called Stratum v2, they should be the ones with mempools.
Yeah, when I talked to her last year at BitBlock Boom for Thriller Lightning, all the stuff that she was basically saying ended up coming to fruition. I mean, or that I'm hearing that's being worked on right now. So I mean, it's just kind of she has a really good intuition. Let's just say that.
Yeah, I mean, I think she's a star, and I think she's with all these brains over at Blockstream who have like maybe some of the most smartest people in Bitcoin over at Blockstream, and she's one of them. So, yeah, I thought that was great. There are a number of great questions in here. She didn't get nearly as many questions as Fiat Joff, but probably because that she deals with something a little more deeply technical. But
her answers seem pretty amazing, though.
Yeah, her answers are great. I loved having her. Again, she made the most sats ever on an AMA. She beating Gigi.
She did the list too.
That's
awesome.
I sent her Fiat Joff's AMA before, so she knew she could help the format a little bit.
That's cool.
138,000 sats.
Boss.
I think main contributions came from JB55 and DiscoPay based on them talking about it in the comments.
Right.
But
it's amazing. You can even do like who you have next week?
I'm not sure yet. I'm talking. I might have the CEO of Galoy.
Okay.
To come on. I was talking to someone there, and they might be interested in doing it. And they're doing like synthetic stable coins and stuff, and trying to do really interesting stuff on Lightning.
It'd be cool to get Gentry in there.
I've asked Gentry. He said they're on a media freeze right now at Lightning Labs, which makes sense. They're very busy.
Right.
So I'd love to have him anytime.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, he's great. I love his takes too, because he's both he like understands the technical side, but he also understands like the business layman side. So he speaks very clearly about technical things, and it's a huge value add.
Yeah.
So that's Nifty News AMA. And the third story of the week is someone sharing the no bullshit Bitcoin news feed.
What is that?
It's a Telegram feed of Bitcoin news.
Okay.
Yeah, it's really cool. It predates, as far as I know, it predates Stacker News. And it's a really good news feed. I've been, like, ever since this got posted, I've been following it. Here it is in my tab here. But they post great Bitcoin news in a Telegram feed. So if you like Telegram and being on Telegram, I personally hate chat. But if you really like it, Telegram, this is very high signal feed of Bitcoin stuff.
Yeah, it sounds amazing. That's pretty cool. I'll check it out for sure.
I think Odell might be associated with it actually.
It's cool. I'll check it out.
Yeah, I go there to try it. If I'm like, oh, I need some new Bitcoin news for Stacker News, I'll go in here and try to find some interesting stuff that maybe I wasn't finding otherwise.
I always try to the way I am. I try to stay hyper aware of what's going on in the city when it comes to Bitcoin and the surrounding areas. Just here in Texas, so it's really hard for me to like pull out my head and be like, oh, what's going on out there in the rest of the country with. I mean, I know the big stuff because. But like I really try to look for all the Texas Bitcoin news.
Yeah, are you following the newsletter This Week in Texas? Yeah, that one's great. That's a great newsletter, and they kind of go over. They do a very broad kind of sweeping thing with all the news and like people that are hiring, mining operations that are coming out. It's great. Pretty good comprehensive coverage.
But I like that there's one thing that now I can just go look at that and it's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's awesome. I thought it was a great feed, and it got a lot of people liked it. They gave it 21,000 sats. Dakota likes it again. All right, and so I think it's the fourth top story of the week.
Monero post, really?
Talks about Monero in contrast to Bitcoin, and has a bunch of criticisms of Monero. So you don't have to strap in.
Here we go.
All right.
Here we go.
15,000 sats is another original content. Ugmug posts a lot of original content on Stacker News. Again, users seem to really like this. So if you're posting to your blog and you're not getting sats on your blog, maybe come post on Stacker News.
Yeah, I would say everything that you create in your pleb newspaper or blog or whatever you're doing, like 100%, put it on Stacker News and get some sats for it. Yeah.
Yeah. So he kind of does a nice breakdown of Monero, and there are Monero fans in the comments who say this is like very legitimate criticisms, and they actually like the critiques that he gives out. But there's a lot here, but he talks about how Monero block sizes and how that might limit its scalability if it were widely adopted. Talks about how Monero doesn't have a layer 2, and its base layer is actually designed in such a way that building a layer 2 would be currently impossible. A number of kind of things like this. He brings up the comparison to TCP/IP and Bitcoin, and how Monero is currently doesn't allow for these layers. And one of the kind of maybe hotter takes in here is that we don't really need much private. They come to the conclusion, or put forth the idea that we don't really need much privacy at the base layer, and we can build like TCP/IP. We can build more privacy in the layers above, and keep the base layer perhaps more simple and free of the kind of relatively high privacy that something like Monero offers at that level. There are reasons to disagree with that, but I thought I hadn't heard that take before, and because then. Does some if you project out Monero's block sizes into the future, Monero's blocks are every 2 minutes. They're also dynamic blocks, meaning the size can vary depending on how many transactions want to be pushed out. Just a really good, I don't know much about Monero at all. So it was nice to learn about Monero and how it contrasts to Bitcoin, and knowing that Bitcoin is doing a lot of things better than Monero.
I've seen a big push in Monero here recently in the past 3 months.
Where?
Just everywhere I go.
Yeah. I mean, privacy is really important. as we're seeing with like geopolitics and stuff, I think improving privacy, whether it's on base layer or higher layer, is very important consideration for a money like Bitcoin. One of the responses was from Seth for privacy. He's a huge proponent of Monero and was really happy to see this criticism. And just responds to some of this stuff. Like maybe Monero can't allow for a layer 2 right now, but he says like it's possible to add it to Monero in something like a soft fork. It just kind of comes at it very, very reasonably and responds to the criticisms. Lots of good comments here. So if you're interested in like diving a little bit deeper in Monero and kind of understanding how it contrasts to Bitcoin, I highly recommend the comments. We have apparently quite a few people who know a lot about both Bitcoin and Monero. And it was a very cool post to read.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've never owned Monero. I've never dealt with Monero. I know it was like a dark like it was very favored on dark markets for a while because of the privacy stuff, but I haven't checked in a long time, and I never really did. But all right, the fifth story of the week is how to bootstrap a profitable Lightning node. So this was a story I found on Twitter, I think, and I shared it. Basically it goes over how if you want to be a Lightning routing node and earn yield on your Bitcoin, how would you actually go about doing that? And what was really cool about this post is it's like very sophisticated, these Lightning routers, and how they get with it. Like I don't personally like design my at-home node to route payments. I don't know if you do.
No, I don't. No.
I just use it for my like personal stuff, and I'm really contented with that. But apparently, Cold Sats is his node, and he earned almost 1.5% yield on his Bitcoin by doing a variety of the techniques he's like more than happy to share. Yeah, it's cool, right? And you can only imagine that might get better. So
yeah, I think everybody wants to be their own bank, right? Now they can be their own bank transmitter.
Yeah, you can be your own bank. And
I'm joking. That's a joke.
Yeah, you don't want to be a money transmitter, but you probably want to, if you can make 2% yield on your Bitcoin and do it in a fairly automated way, like he describes here. There's a number of scripts and tools that he uses to make his yield higher. And we know there are quite a few people who do this like full time. They're like full time gig,
right?
Like Karsten Otto. I actually think it might not be his full time gig, but he spends a lot of time thinking about routing and optimizing his routing. He recently joined Stacker News.
Cool.
But he's like one of the bigger router guys, along with Alex Bosworth. But he goes through here and he kind of shares all of his secrets and how he thinks about it. And so if you want to get more advanced with your Lightning routing, which who wouldn't if you can make yield on your Bitcoin, this would be a blog post to read. It'll get you going.
Yeah, it looks really informative. Can you scroll down a little bit more? Does he have does he go really step by step? Oh, he does. Okay.
Yeah, he talks about everything. The beginning is kind of a little bit getting you set up, making sure you're doing security right, and then he begins describing kind of what are outbound fees, what are inbound fees, what channel partners do you want.
Yeah, this would be great. Like whenever I see a post like this, I'm always like, okay, cool. Now we need somebody who has video skills to go out and like reproduce this in a video for people. And then I think that's what you kind of have to do. That's what I did early on, was like before Oscar and Fountain created this influx into where you can just automatically turn any podcast into a Lightning 2.0 podcast the way he has it built in now. Like before we needed tutorials, and something like this just needs a good video, and I think a lot more people will get onboarded to Lightning. It takes everybody.
Yeah, I think a video would probably help bring some of this across.
But it's not Steven. It's not for Steven to do. It's like somebody else with those skill sets to do.
Yeah, I mean, he can also do it as well. I thought it was great. I think a lot of Lightning routers are actually kind of they're kind of quiet about the routing activities because they don't want more competition, because they feel like they are like taking advantage of something that a lot of people don't know about. And it was cool for him to share it, because you don't really get to read many posts like this. And he what's kind of cool was something that I didn't know is like no
one really shares this information that I know of.
He'll even do things like dynamically set routing fees. Like he has like scripts that'll be like, oh, there's a lot of like outbound going out of this channel. We should increase the outbound fees on this channel so that we can collect more sats on this channel as payments get routed out. Stuff like that. I had no idea how sophisticated.
Are you gonna do it now?
I don't have the time. So
Okay.
if I had the time, I'd probably
Go for it.
I would go for it. I'm just too occupied with other stuff. But maybe at some point, Stacker News' node will need a lot of like love and care as we're routing more sats through it, and doing stuff like this or hiring someone like as sophisticated as Steven to do it might be a possibility.
Yeah, for sure.
But I know there's a lot of like Lightning companies that are cropping up that help specifically a person like Steven. I know of Ellen Router, where I think they do a lot of like probing on the network to figure out where channel balances and things are, which a lot of people hate, but they give you a lot of like insights. And then Amboss also gives you a lot of insights, and those guys are killing it, just working really hard, shipping out new stuff to help Lightning node operators. But the tools around here are clearly maturing. That's like something that came something that came away from.
I'm looking forward to like the Bitcoin conference in Miami to see like what all that looks like. The open source stage, and then all the stuff outside like it was last year. We can go to those little things, those little, what are they called? They're like the little
gondolas.
Yeah, I guess.
I don't know if it's a gondola. It's probably
I don't know
something
what it
else.
is, but yeah, I can't wait to go there and like learn some stuff. Hopefully, we'll meet Steven.
Yeah, maybe he'll be there if he isn't like in a country that like prevents him from flying or something.
Oh yeah. Those countries.
I'm hoping to get there for. Are you looking forward to anything in specifically?
Yeah, I want to see all my friends. Like, I just want to see. I just want to see everybody.
Not enough for you, Car, here in Austin?
No, it's not that. It's like, like I like being around people, and I love being in the thick of it, and I just can't wait to see everybody and give them hugs and talk and hear how everything's going for them, and yeah, it's gonna be really cool. And then I have some Argentinian friends and like some people I met last year, so it's gonna be cool to see them too. Yeah,
I'm looking forward to the beach. I haven't been to a beach.
Oh, you're gonna go to the beach?
Yeah, I'd love. I mean, we're staying on this like islandy thing that has beach all around it.
Oh, nice.
Wait, no, we're all staying there. The conference is on Miami Beach.
Yeah, I know, but I didn't know. I thought you were staying.
No, I'm not staying anywhere special. I'm just
okay.
not. We're going to be near the beach.
I was like, can I get an invite?
Yes, you can come hang out at the beach with me. What I love about Miami Beach is they have like it's kind of like when you go to like Brazil and they have like vendors up on the beach, and you can like rent
like a coconut.
Yeah, you can get like a coconut. Maybe I didn't do that, but they give you like towels and seats and umbrellas. You can rent them.
Sounds nice.
It's very nice.
Maybe we'll be able to see Sailor's cruise ship come by. We'll just go like that.
I've heard that his
I know. I heard those too.
His yacht is huge.
I heard. Yeah.
I had a friend who threw a conference and said that when they had Sailor come and speak at his conference, and he showed up in the biggest yacht he's ever seen in his life.
He went full Giga Chad.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Woo. All right. Yeah. So we'll move on to the top stackers.
The top stackers of the week.
Yeah. Nifty Nay was the top stacker, obviously,
Makes sense.
with her AMA.
Oh, No BS Bitcoin. Got number 2.
No BS Bitcoin, who posted the No BS Bitcoin Telegram.
21,000.
Yeah, someone really liked that they shared it. So
dang, that's a lot of sats, dude.
Yeah, it's good. It's good earnings. Ugmug
15,000.
They were the one who did the post with on Monero's problems. AG began
2,000.
Yeah. He's at Galoy, and they posted some research that they had recently done. I haven't dove into it yet, but I suspect that's where he got most of his sats there. And of course, I stacked.
No, you don't count. Remember,
I don't count.
We skipped.
That's right.
Nout. Yeah.
Nout stacked with his cool Brave post.
1,800.
Surprised he didn't stack more. Did we?
Yeah,
not?
you would think.
Oh no, people didn't give him enough sats for that. I'm gonna go back and give him
some stats.
Yeah, that was a really good post.
Yeah, that was really good.
I thought I had given him.
There you go. We'll pump it up to 1,500.
Nice. You guys can't see Car's screen, but he just gave him a lot of sats. Okay, and now the top spenders. So the top spenders this week were JB 55. He's spent the most.
51K sats.
Yeah, I believe that went. Wow. I believe that went to Nifty Nay's AMA.
That's awesome.
He's a big user of Sea Lightning and really loves Sea Lightning.
That's amazing.
And so I think he's one of the cult.
Thanks for contributing to the AMA.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Disco Pay was another. They dropped a comment in Nifty Nay's AMA like, "Here's 50K sats from the boys." I don't know who
from the
boys.
boys.
From the boys are. But.
That's awesome.
Mm-hmm. And then.
You got sats? What did you get sats for?
I don't know what I got sats.
Or
for.
no, you spent sats.
I spent 32,000 sats. I probably spent them on Nifty's AMA.
Oh, cool.
And then around the site in general.
Oh, and Odell spent some sats?
Yeah. I don't know what he spent them on, but yeah,
who knows?
He put them in, and then now as well spent 16,000.
Oh, boss.
What's cool is we have 6-digit spends.
Yeah.
Going out of the top 5, which is kind of abnormal. So Banana spent 12,000. Can't Steal Me spent 5.
Yeah.
So we're getting.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, we're getting a lot more. Oh, we forgot to cover our personal.
Yeah, that's
tops.
what I thought you were gonna go to, and then you never went there, and then yeah.
Okay, well, why don't you share your top story of the week before we close out?
Yeah. So my top story of the week is the Thriller Bitcoin pleb talk that I did with my my good friend Kyle Murphy. Yeah, we did a podcast. What was it, like 2 days ago? And it was good. Just like kind of reminiscing on like when we started Austin Bitcoin Club and then how Pleb Lab came out of it. And yeah, I'm a sucker. I know you hate looking in the past, but I'm a sucker for like.
I don't hate it. I just don't.
I just sucker for nostalgia.
I mean, it feels good. I don't disagree.
I mean, it doesn't. I mean, it's not because maybe that's what it is.
Well, that's what nostalgia is. Yeah. It's about the feeling.
Anyway, so we were talking about all things Pleb Lab, all things hackathon, all things Austin and Bitcoin, and then all the community that's here. It was pretty cool. We mentioned your name a couple times.
Oh, good.
More than a couple times.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah. I hope it was all nice things.
Of course.
I hope Kyle admits finally that I'm more jacked than him. He's been in denial about that for a long time. So
yeah, he has been in denial about you being more jacked than him.
Yeah.
Beneath that blue cape is just pure muscle.
Pure muscle, but yeah, I wear these pajama shirts to hide how intimidating my physique is.
That's awesome. What's your top post?
My top post it's kind of a joke. It's me. It's me on the CD podcast. I don't actually.
Oh, who posted this one? Is it you?
KR posted this one.
K-Rook.
Yeah, I was like, I listened to it the other day on like 2x speed because I feel like I talk so slow in these things. I'm trying to think because they're asking me a question that I haven't thought about yet. Like I come up with an answer, and my brain's like, I don't know what to say, and so there's a lot of ums and ahs.
Are you going on the John? Was that the John Vallis?
That was where I talked to. This is the one I talked to John Vallis on.
Oh, okay.
So he runs the CD podcast.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, I think I haven't listened to that one yet. I think I listened to your other one. The one before you did
Changing the Tide.
Yeah, I'll listen to that one this weekend.
That's a good one too.
I'm a big fan of you, Keyan.
Yeah, that's good. I don't have much of an opinion on that, but I mean it was not a bad podcast. I don't think. I'm trying to get better at these. It's
what do
really
you have problems
awkward.
with?
It's really just responding in a quick way to someone asking me a question that I wasn't expecting.
Oh.
And I think it's just repetition. Like I need to do enough of these and get asked the same questions enough times to have like a fast response.
I think you always respond pretty well. That I can think of. I've never. Yeah, I mean, just be honest.
Oh yeah, no, that's for sure.
And then you won't have any problems.
No, that's for sure my default approach. It's just I want it to be good to listen to, and if I can speak faster and more clearly, then it'll be good to listen to. If I'm not pausing and interrupting myself a million times.
Was it video
stuttering, too? No video.
Oh, okay. Well, it's even easier for you.
Yeah, I don't mind the video either. It's just every time I try, like Gerald and I have a conversation in the comments.
What do you say?
Because Gerald does a lot of podcasts too, and he's saying that he's
impressed by how polished you sound. See?
Yes. But I don't feel that way. And he says he doesn't feel that way when he does podcasts either. And I've personally liked all the podcasts that I listen to him on. So I think it's just the nature
Harsh.
of
I think it's.
listening to
I think it's
yourself.
just your harsh criticism you give yourself.
Yeah, I think we all do that. And so
Yeah.
that was kind of the conclusion that we come to. But my thing is like, if I do a podcast, my main thing is like I take away something that I need to change every time and try to improve on it. And then I feel a little better. I feel like.
Yeah, we do
like
a podcast every week.
piece of
So
yeah, oh, that's right. We do these. These are like
this is a podcast too.
But this doesn't feel like a podcast. This just feels like fun. It's wrestling.
Let me ask you a quick question. Hot take.
Oh no.
No, I'm just kidding. I don't have a question.
Oh, you should have come up with one.
I was trying to think of one.
We gotta do
Oh,
some-
wait. Did you change the briefcase?
No, the briefcase is still there. It's a lot of work to change it to something else. Actually,
Is it a lot of work to change an icon?
Yeah, if it's not a static icon, like to improve it, to make it just not another icon.
I thought you were gonna just move the lightning bolt in there.
If I put the lightning bolt there, then what does it mean? It doesn't mean what it means on
What
the front
K. Rook
page.
said it meant, didn't it? Didn't he like?
He
give you a
wanted it
full-
to be colored based on how much the person is paying.
Oh, yeah. Do that.
Okay. Thank you for giving me work to do that you can't possibly imagine how much work it is.
Oh,
to do.
so wait. Let me ask. Are we gonna get to the part where? Because I saw you posted on Twitter earlier. People like the comment that I posted about the.
Oh, you want to talk about your comment?
Well, yeah. I just think it's related to this. That's what you call a segue in podcasting, Keyan.
I'm learning. I'm learning so much from this guy. So you had the top comment of the week. This is when I posted the job thing last week, and you said that, and I was asking people, how should I disperse the sats that I earned from the job board? Because we have this idea where we want to take all the sats we earn from the job board and give it back to users. We think that'd be really cool.
I think it's a great idea.
Yeah,
But surprisingly, stackers weren't about that.
yeah. Some people didn't like the idea, and it is a novel, weird idea. So I get the kind of visceral reaction to it.
People literally said you should just keep it.
Yeah, I think that's great. I just want to do something kind of interesting with them. I'm trying to take like a different approach to how we deal with money that we earn, and maybe we give it to users who we value a lot. And then maybe that's interesting. It won't be that way maybe forever where the users get like 100% of it. It'll maybe eventually, as we grow, maybe it'll be a 50-50 split or something like that. But right now there's no reason not to give users more sats. This is one thing that like most people who want to bring Bitcoin to the world all agree on, is that giving people Bitcoin is maybe the most effective way to actually get people to understand Bitcoin.
That's definitely what I've learned. When you build a community, it's literally just making sure you be of service to everybody.
Yeah, and Bitcoin, like giving our users small amounts of Bitcoin or big amounts of Bitcoin, and I think we can't do anything better for Bitcoin than that. So that's kind of our thinking. But you had this comment where you said we should use the job board funds to fund bounties. Bitcoin bounties for development in Stacker News, and it was the top comment of the
And
week.
then
So
we could vote on features stackers want to see most. Could be a stacker labs of sorts. Just an idea. I don't know. I seem some people liked it, but I know you have your plans.
Well, I mean, these aren't like mutually exclusive ideas. So we could have money set aside for Bitcoin bounties that operates independent from the job board, and we could even brand it Stacker Labs as you want to. But like,
I just think it'd be cool. I mean, you just said right now you want to like. I think the other day we were talking about something else, and you were like, "Car, why am I going to go out there and create a Bitcoin company if I can?" Or why wouldn't I go out there and create a Bitcoin company and try to do something extremely different? And I was like, damn, you're so right.
Yeah, I mean, when
you said it that way, but in a different Keyan way.
Yeah, it was something along the lines of that. Like, because I think we were discussing exactly the SAT dispersal from the job board, and
is that what we're talking about?
Yeah, and you were saying like why give the SAT, why not take the SATs or use the SATs for something else?
Yeah,
and I was saying this is an opportunity. Like, as a company, you get very few opportunities to do something extremely different that might be valuable to people. And
right.
So you have to take all of those opportunities as they come, because that's how you win as a company, is by doing things that are different, that are new, that are innovative, and add value to people's lives. And so that's
what I love about you, Keyan.
That's what you got to do. I mean, I don't want to be Reddit part 2. Like I want to be something. I want to bring something new to the world that no one has ever seen. And that's, so you got to keep taking these leaps of like, maybe this is a weird thing to do, but maybe it's actually the right thing to do, and just keep leaping and trying to go forward.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
I love that.
I think it's the way. But yeah, we could also do sat bounties in the future. Well, I want to do that, but I don't, it's hard to do, because you have a
yeah, obviously it require a lot of work.
Yeah, but I think it's a cool way to develop things, especially as we're open source. It'd be kind of easy to get people to help.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, well, that's all I've got today.
Is that all we have?
Oh, yeah, I think so. We both covered our top stories. We did our top posts. And
cool.
What are we at? We're at 40. Okay, we're getting a little shorter every time. It's getting tighter.
Thank you, Stackers, for coming on Stacker News Live. We really appreciate you. And honestly, that's what we forgot to do. No wonder it didn't feel right. We got to show Car.
Oh, Car. That's right. Okay.
This is where we got to show Car.
That's right.
This is my favorite part of the show.
Thriller X _ the hardest name to type on the site. Okay. Yeah. This is Car's Stacker News account. You can send him sats through his Stacker News Lightning address. So ThrillerX _ at stacker.news.
And then also keep sending us boosts on Fountain. We'll read them on the show. And I'll start answering. If you have any questions for me or Keyan, we'll start answering them on social media. Yeah. So
absolutely. All right, guys. Have a great weekend.
Have a great weekend, Stackers. We are out.